Ladies and gentlemen of the press, first of all, I want to apologize for the late start of this press conference. We're sorry, we had a very busy day. We have 4 meetings, and we want to thank you very much for your understanding and for staying this late with us. We're partners in progress, and we want to appreciate your time. Thank you very much. This is a communique issued at the end of the 96th National Executive Committee meeting of the People's Democratic Party, held today, Wednesday, May 11, 2022, at the PDP National Secretariat, Wadata Plaza, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. The National Executive Committee, NEC of our great party, at its 96th meeting extensively deliberated on urgent national issues, as well as preparation of our party for the 2023 general elections, and resolved as follows. 1. The NEC commended the dedication of the National Working Committee under the chairmanship of Senator Dr. Iyorchia Ayu in effectively piloting the affairs of our party, particularly in the organization of processes preparatory to the 2023 general elections. 2. NEC restated its confidence in the ability of the NWC to lead our party to victory in the 2023 general elections. 3. NEC applauded other organs of the party, namely the Board of Trustees, the PDP Governors Forum, the National Assembly Caucus, the zonal and state organs of the party, our structures at various levels, critical stakeholders and teaming members across the country for their efforts in strengthening our party in the mission to rescue and rebuild our nation from the misrule of the APC. 4. NEC commended the NWC for the deft handling of the issues relating to the conduct and outcome of our party congresses at various levels, preparatory to the election of candidates for various elected positions in the 2023 general elections. 5. NEC applauded the spirit of sportsmanship being exhibited by our leaders, critical stakeholders, aspirants, and party members on issues relating to our congresses. On the state of the nation, the NEC noted this, which is number 6 of the communique. NEC strongly decried the worsening insecurity and continued killing of innocent Nigerians by terrorists who are emboldened by the exposed refusal of the APC-led government to confront the terrorists even when it knows their locations, listen to their phone conversation, and even aware of their plan. This statement actually was made by a major leader of the APC, Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State. 7. NEC condemned the failure and refusal of the APC government to rescue our citizens still languishing in the abductors' den, including the victim of last month's terrorist attack on their Kaduna-Abuja train. NEC urged the federal government to live up to its constitutional duty to secure life and property and ensure an unconditional release of all abductees. I just want to pause a moment here so I can take this down. You recall in the reporting that you have given to us lately, and the pictures and the photos and videos I will see, we recall that a baby was delivered at the terrorist den. I think this should touch anybody, and particularly a government. For parents who know the psychological effect of this on that little child, for every day of her life, she will remember that day that she was born in captivity because of failure of government, because of insensitivity of the APC government, and the inhumaneness. And forever, she will live with that stigma of her birthday being celebrated and being delivered by terrorists. I think as a country, we should pause for that. We should speak to the conscience of people in government today, that every position has a NAMDAC number, has expiry date, but the memory of that little child forever will linger to know that she was born in captivity because of the failure, because of the abdication of duty by the APC government led by President Muhammad Buhari. So our party is concerned and we're saddened by that development, and that realization, that pain, touches us and we feel it. That this government, the APC government, is inhumane, they're insensitive, they're completely rudderless, and they don't care. And we must hold them to account as a people. And we're here, 2023 year, for us to hold them to account. And I continue with this. Number 8 of the communique, NEC expressed dismay that our security command and control coordination structure has collapsed under President Muhammad Buhari, as Mr. President remained absent, having abdicated his duties as Commander-in-Chief and surrendering sovereignty over a substantial part of our country to terrorists. Again, this is important for emphasis. Today, Nigeria now has what I call a shared sovereignty. What are the characters or what are the functions and features of a sovereign state? One of such is ability to make laws, ability to impose taxes and enforce collection. Today, in substantial part of this country, particularly in Niger State, more than 10 local governments are under the control of terrorists, where they make laws, they have a judicial system, they impose taxes, and they enforce collection. They actually jail people. That is failure of government. It means APC has failed irretrievably so, and hopelessly so too. Number 9, NEC further condemns the humongous corruption and deliberate economic manipulation of the APC government, which have crippled our productive sectors and resulted in the unbearable high cost of food items and other essential goods and services, with consequential excruciating economic hardship to our citizens. Number 10, NEC rejected the continued closure of public universities in Nigeria due to the refusal and failure of the APC government to decisively address the lingering distraction by lecturers in public universities, despite the huge resources at its disposal. It cautioned the APC to stop playing with the emotions, destiny, and future of our youth and take action to address the industrial actions immediately so that our children can go back to school and the lecturer can teach them and they can acquire knowledge. Number 11, NEC condemned in very strong terms the mass looting of our national treasury and the diversion of public funds through orchestrated purchase of APC presidential expression of interest and nomination forms by all manner of persons at excessive 100 million naira to warehouse slush fund for APC to rig the 2023 general elections. We restate our demand to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to investigate all APC presidential aspirants in this regard. Again, we need to make an emphasis here. Every day we hear in the news about people picking up 100 million naira expression of interest form and nomination form. And a lot, 80 to 90% of those individuals, one have no means of livelihood, verifiable, and many of them cannot win local government election. And what is it? What's the deal? The APC knows that under the law, there's a limitation to what you can contribute as campaign financing. And to make sure that they bypass that, they send any man or man to go collect 100 million, to provide the money from government coffers, give it to individuals, take the 100 million, purchase a form, and it's in the coffers of APC as proceeds of purchase of forms. So that remains in the APC, and then that can be available for them to rig elections. It's a slush fund, it's a proceed of fraud, it's a criminal act, and I think Nigeria, and that's why EFCC must begin to investigate that, to find out what are the tax clearance certificates of those people that are paying 100 million naira for forms. And it's a scheme consistent with the APC, where they create various schemes to defraud Nigeria, using the CBN with the Anchor Borrower program, all this, the intervention and all that. Several such processes that are determined and are focused on stealing money from us, from our Commonwealth. Of course, they have a partner in the CBN, in the person of the governor. Number 12, NEC restated the call by the party for the immediate, and this is very important, and we appeal to all Nigerians, particularly the press, we should emphasize this. We restate the call by the party for the immediate resignation, arrest, and prosecution of the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, for allegedly manipulation and financial impropriety in the CBN, which contributed to the collapse of our national economy. 13, NEC vehemently rejected the continued stay of Mr. Emefiele as CBN governor after being confirmed as a card-carrying member of the APC. The CBN is the custodian and keeper of all INEC-sensitive materials used in all elections. Having been confirmed as a member of the APC, Mr. Emefiele can no longer be trusted with INEC-sensitive material in his custody, which are key to the guarantee of free, fair, and credible elections. So he cannot be, we are not sure. He's already compromised. He's a card-carrying member of APC, and he has custody of all electoral materials that are sensitive. And of course, I know we have lost hope, and I'm sure Nigerians have lost confidence in his leadership and ability to continue to hold that office. Number 14, NEC assures Nigerians that the PDP is resolute in taking very firm, legitimate series of actions in the march to restore and protect the sanctity of our central bank and electoral processes. Zoning. Number 15, after a very extensive deliberation, NEC aligned itself with the recommendation of the PDP National Zoning Committee that the presidential election should now be left open. The party should also work towards consensus candidate where possible. NEC noted the recommendation of the Zoning Committee that in the interest of justice and fair play, the party should take decisions on zoning timeously so as to prevent complications in the process in the future. Presidential primary and national convention. That's number 16. NEC ratified the conduct of the presidential primary special national convention to elect our party's president candidate on Saturday, May 28 to Sunday, May 29, 2022 in Abuja. 17. NEC approved the setting up of the National Convention Organizing Committee and approved the appointment of His Excellency Senator David Mark as chairman, His Excellency Right Honorable Ifeanyi Ugwanyi, the governor of Enugu State, as deputy chairman, and His Excellency Barrister Ibrahim Chairman as secretary. NEC assured all Nigerians and our party members of a free, fair, credible, and transparent processes for the emergency of our party candidates for all elective positions in the 2023 general elections. I thank you very much for listening. Yeah, thank you.
And in the absence of none, thank you very much, gentlemen of the press. The NPS takes its leave.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.